there is an email sent to the world's most dangerous man by a member of the British cabinet, containing information that moved 500 billion euros overnight. That man was just appointed Britain's ambassador to America. This is the story they tried to bury, and it starts right now.
January 2025, British security officials made a decision. After conducting one of the most intensive background checks available to the UK government, a process called developed vetting, they concluded that Peter Mandelson should not be granted security clearance. Their recommendation was clear. Their reasoning was documented. Their answer was no. 48 hours later, a senior official at the Foreign Office overruled them, and Peter Mandelson became Britain's most powerful diplomat, the United Kingdom's ambassador to the United States. No one told the Prime Minister, no one told Parliament, no one told the public. For months, the British government stood at a podium and told the country that Mandelson had passed full security vetting, that due process had been followed, that everything was fine. Every single one of those statements was a lie. Peter Mandelson is not an ordinary politician. He is one of the most powerful figures in modern British politics, a man who helped architect Tony Blair's rise to power, who served in cabinet twice, who was forced to resign from government twice over misconduct allegations, and who continued, through all of it, to maintain a private friendship with one of the most dangerous men in the world. That man was Jeffrey Epstein. The relationship went far deeper than anyone in the British government admitted. The newly released Epstein files, more than 3 million pages released by the U.S. Department of Justice in early 2026, told a story that the British establishment had worked hard to bury. Mandelson and Epstein began their friendship as early as 2002. They exchanged intimate emails. They stayed at each other's properties. Epstein's assistant coordinated Mandelson's holiday plans. When Epstein was sentenced in 2008 for soliciting sex from a minor, Mandelson wrote to him, "I think the world of you. Fight for early release." When Epstein was released, the friendship continued, undisclosed, undisturbed. But one email changed everything. On May 9, 2010, while serving as Britain's business secretary, Mandelson sent Epstein a private message. "Sources tell me 500 billion euro bailout almost complete." The following morning, European governments announced a 500 billion euro bank bailout, one of the most market-moving financial events of the decade. Jeffrey Epstein, a financier who lived and breathed market intelligence, had received advance notice from a serving member of the British cabinet. UK police are now investigating this as potential misconduct in public office, a crime carrying a maximum sentence of life imprisonment. When Prime Minister Keir Starmer announced dramatic in December 2024 that he was appointing Peter Mandelson as UK ambassador to the United States, warning signs were already intense everywhere. Mandelson's ties to Epstein had been publicly known serious for years. A Cabinet Office vetting note given to Starmer even included a photograph of Mandelson and Epstein together and noted that Mandelson had stayed at Epstein's Manhattan townhouse in 2009, a full year after Epstein's conviction, somber, for sex crimes. Starmer read the note, and he appointed Mandelson anyway. By September 2025, it was dramatic over. The UK's Sun newspaper published emails between Mandelson and Epstein that revealed the true depth of their relationship. The British government fired Mandelson as ambassador. He resigned from the Labour Party. UK police opened a criminal investigation. But the story did not end there. They got more intense, worse. In April 2026, The Guardian published an investigation that detonated powerful what remained of Starmer's credibility. Security officials at UK Security Vetting had formally, denied Mandelson's clearance on January 28, 2025. The reasons, which remained classified, were serious enough that they recommended an outright rejection, something that almost astonished never happens. An outright denial is so rare that it is described in government documents as exceptional. The Foreign Office overruled them, disappointed, anyway, in a decision made over just 48 hours. The Prime Minister was not informed. Parliament was not informed. And when officials were asked directly whether the vetting process had been escalated or flagged, the top civil servant at the Foreign Office told a parliamentary committee, "I certainly, evasive, cannot comment on that." That top civil servant, Sir Ollie Robbins, was forced out of his role within days of The Guardian's investigation being published. Starmer stood in Parliament and said he was furious, that he had been deliberately kept in the dark, that officials had accusatory, repeatedly and deliberately withheld the truth from him. His opponents said the fury rang hollow, that a prime minister who appointed a man with a documented Epstein connection, who ignored a vetting note with a photograph, who overrode the concerns of his own officials, cannot now claim to be the victim. He made the decision, firm, said Conservative MP Luke Evans. He must explain it. A diplomat appointed despite failing security clearance, a friendship with a convicted sex offender that stretched across 2 decades, a government that looked its own parliament in the eye and lied. Peter Mandelson did not just fail security vetting. The system that was supposed to stop him failed too. And in Britain right now, that is the story everyone is asking the same question about. Who decided to wave him through, and why?